the issue, and this is what the scary angle about this story is. These people bringing illegals into this country, they're taking advantage of trade routes. In other words, this is an area of the country where there's a lot of trade going back and forth between the U.S. and Mexico, a lot of 18-wheeler trucks. What's your reaction to that part of the story?
For years, we had an open, porous border. This is just, another piece of evidence that we've got to secure our border. In your previous segment, talking about MS-13, these were people that came in as unaccompanied minors, and here we've got an MS-13 problem, some of the most ghastly crimes I've ever heard of in my life, comparable with ISIS. But we've got a problem down there of unaccompanied minors being kidnapped and used as pawns because of the family, the abuse that's being inflicted upon our immigration system. So these groups of people can come in and claim their families when in reality they're not. We have to secure the border, and this is exactly why I think President Trump is sending the National Guard down there, and what he said about MS-13 I couldn't agree with more.
To your point, the president has said time and again that MS-13 gang members prey upon immigrant communities, and immigrant communities don't want it. They don't like it. Here's the president calling out House Minority Leader, Democrat Nancy Pelosi, for her comments about the MS-13 gang. Let's listen.
If Democrats ever gained power, they would try to put up the taxes, so many things, open those borders. They don't want walls. Nancy Pelosi came out in favor of MS-13. That's the first time I've heard that. She wants them to be treated with respect, as do other Democrats. That's not going to be happening.
All right, let's clarify that. Nancy Pelosi did not come out in favor of MS-13. She just is questioning the use of the word animals, calling them animals, saying we should believe in the dignity and worth of every person. Speak to that.
Well, we had a good example is this MS-13 creep, 23-year-old that murdered a 15-year-old in Massachusetts. And his name was Animal. So, they're self-identifying. So it's just incredible the way the left, or the Democrats, and some of the mainstream media runs and tries to deceive the American people and paraphrase and confuse them. That's not what President Trump was talking. He was not talking about all immigrants. He was talking about MS-13. He has declared war on MS-13, and I am totally in favor of that. We've got to get these people locked up, off the streets, and deported.
It's unclear why public safety is being politicized, because according to the New York Times, these are the facts that the New York Times and others are reporting. Thousands of federal inmates in the United States are in they're illegal. They're illegal immigrants, and 1 in 5 inmates are foreign-born. What's your reaction to that?
Just what I've been saying for years, Liz. We have got to secure the borders. We've got to get rid of sanctuary cities. We've got to fight back against these politicians.
Yeah, but Congressman, why has nothing been done to shut these deadly catch and release loopholes? What's with the foot dragging there? I mean, even Europe and Canada are resorting to harsh measures, cracking down big time on criminal illegals. And we know Canada has a merit-based system for immigration. Why the loopholes? How come they still exist? How come Congress isn't doing anything about it?
Liz, I can tell you that there are a bunch of us up here that want to do something and have wanted to for years. And we, for whatever reason, we passed some immigration and it goes down the hall, it doesn't get through the Senate, or we can't get it out of committee over here in the House. Believe me, it is the #1 issue in my district. We have criminal activity. We've got just overwhelming numbers coming into our schools and overwhelming our law enforcement agencies.
You sound really frustrated, Congressman. Are you frustrated?
I'm very frustrated.
Yeah.
This is a huge issue with me and many of my colleagues, and again with my constituents. We've got to do something, and this is why I wrote an op-ed just the other day that talked about how critical it was for us not to just grant amnesty to a bunch of DACA people and not secure the border. We have to have, and then to have it in this petition that they've been signing, saying this is what President Trump wants. President Trump will only do that, only a DACA deal, if there is border security, if we get
Right.
rid of chain migration, E-Verify, and stop catch and release and all the other things that are there, we have got to secure our border and keep the American people safe.
Congressman Babin, we love having you on. Come back soon, please.